What's up, guys? Jaxel here, with another video showcasing the next add-on I will be releasing for Zen 2. This time my calendar add-on, XenAtendo 2, which is another popular one that people have been waiting for. Anyways, if you've never seen it before, it is basically what you see right here. It's a calendar system with event management, RSVPing, etc. Right now we're looking at the monthly calendar. There is also a weekly calendar. And you can see upcoming weeks, etc. An agenda view, which is just a list of all the upcoming events. This is a test event. And then the archive, which is irrelevant. In the old version, there used to be a daily view. What I realized is the daily view was kind of stupid, so I just didn't redo it this time around. Anyways, if we head back to the monthly view, there's something this calendar does that I haven't seen any other calendars do, and that's that our monthly view is fully responsive. If you start browsing it on smaller platforms such as cell phones, it will reorganize itself to be more easily readable. I don't know why other calendars don't do that. And as with everything else, every other page is responsive as well. Now let's look at some things. First, let's create a new event, and let's make this. This is a test event. Let's put some gibberish text. Venue location. Let's say 8 on the break. 8 on the break is an arcade I stream events from. It's a publicly known area, so it's okay if I put that address in. It's at 340 North Avenue in Dunellen, New Jersey. And we can see Google automatically searches that and gives us a map of the location. Fantastic. Let's enable the RSVP system. Let's create a thread for it in the auto forum. Let's see. This would take place every Tuesday. There we go. Let's just name this the Break Weekly. There we go. Now that makes a bit more sense. Let's see. The Break Weekly starts at 6 p.m. and ends at 11 p.m. We're going to repeat this event every week for the maximum of 10 times. Let's see. What game are we going to be playing here? We're going to be playing Soul Calibur 6. And then let's click Save. Okay, there we go. This is my test forum, so it is kind of slow. And for that, I apologize, but we're going to deal with that. All right, now we have our event right here. It is the event information, the map, the upcoming dates, which we can expand to see all of them. And of course, it is attached on top of a thread, which we can respond to. Now here we have some nice little options and buttons here. The first one, of course, we can export the entire event and all its dates to either CSV or iCal. We can edit the event, and we can add an event date. Now, in this specific case, we will not be able to add an event date. That's because, as I said, we repeated it to its maximum allowance of 10 times. So if we click that, it'll say this event has reached the maximum number of upcoming dates it can have at one time. As such, more dates cannot be added until previous dates have passed. So basically, the purpose of this is to have more proactive event organizers. We want them to keep coming back and keep renewing their events. So, every few weeks, I will just add more events to it. This also solves a moderation issue where someone puts an event to repeat every Tuesday till the end of time, and then that event gets canceled, and then they forget to cancel their event on your system. Eventually, it will stale out with this system since they can only repeat something up to 10 times into the future. What was the other option? Oh, and then there's feature this event, an option only available to moderators, of course. Let's feature this event. There we go. Now it's featured. And let's head back to the calendar system. And now we have this featured bar up at the top, which automatically scrolls. At least it's supposed to automatically scroll. There it goes. And it's just going to automatically show featured events over time. And any event that is featured will appear on the top bar, as well as listing what games are listed for that event, etc. Or, I mean, not necessarily games, it's just categories. I just use the categories for games. You'll notice that feature slider looks like it was taken right off the XenAtendo resource system, because it was. It's actually the resource slider built directly into XenAtendo. So since it's already built into XenAtendo, I figure let's use it. Keep some styles the same. Okay, anyways, let's head back to our event. And let's look at each occurrence. We have 10 occurrences. Let's pick one. Let's more options again. We can send an invite, so I can invite specific people. So here's one of my test accounts. Okay, now I've just sent an invite to that account. The next time he logs in, that test account, it will receive an alert saying your friend blah 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 has invited you to this event with a link back to it, etc. There's the exporting options. There's actually an additional export option here, and this is for Google Calendar. Google Calendar allows you to export events on a single date basis. You cannot export recurring events, which is why it's not available here. So there's that. And of course, you can edit each event date one by one. To the left of that, we have the RSVP button. So if we click on that, we can see several RSVP options going. There we go. Now I'm going to this event, and it says one person is now going. I can lower that, say not going, and the number changes each time. Now, with the RSVP system, let's show another feature on the calendar view, and that would be the filters button, which we see right up here. Bring down the filters button. I can say, let's only show events that I am marked as going. And let's switch to agenda view because it's a bit easier to read in this specific case. So I said I am going to the Break Weekly on January 16. And here we have the Break Weekly on January 16. There we go. I've also RSVP'd to these other events throughout my testing period, so that's why they're also showing up. But this specific case, we're talking about this event right here. Now let's also RSV to February 13. And when we refresh this page, February 13, there it is, has just shown up. Now let's remove this filter and check out some of the other filters we can do. We can say, let's only show events featuring Soul Calibur 6. And we can also search based on addresses. So let's, oh, that disappeared. I'll fix that. And now we can say only show events that are within 50 miles of the Empire State Building. And we can see the filter information up here. Very nice. A lot simpler to use than the old version, which had a setting screen over here that not many people even knew existed, because honestly the subnav bar isn't that popular, I guess. Alright, so now that we've seen a bit of the front end, let's head to the administration section, see how things work in the back. I've got server errors, ignore that. Alright, so we head to our add-on section, XenAtendo 2. I can edit categories right here. I can look at events right here, as well as stars on which ones are featured. I could look at the holidays. Now the holidays are working a bit differently in this version. In the last version, I let administrators select one holiday calendar, and then it would just update off of that. Instead, what I have is a new system where you can actually scrape from multiple calendars. So I have already scraped off of the United States calendar, so I'm not going to click again. But let's say I also wanted to include, let's say, Russian holidays with the United States. I can scrape that as well, and then both holiday lists will appear in my, both holiday calendars will appear in my holidays list. Now, doing that, there will, of course, be some repeats. For instance, New Year's Day is not unique to the US calendar, it would also be on the Russian calendar. So I may have to go through and delete some duplicates. Um, Another thing you can do is you can add your own holidays. So I can say, let's pick a date. Let's go with December 2018. And I'm going to say Soul Calibur 6 release date. Click save. There we go. And now we have. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Soul Calibur 6 release date. And it's starred because it's a manually added calendar. So let's head back to the calendar. Weekly view. Let's head to week 1 of 2019. And December 31st, Soul Calibur 6 release date. There we go. And let's look at the options we have. We have their Google API key, which of course is extremely important for this add-on. It's the one that allows you to search the Google Calendar and Google Maps system with all the options I have previously just shown. Everything else is self-explanatory and I don't really need to talk about. Beyond that, that's basically the calendar system. It's fully feature-rich. It's a lot more. You know what? I realized how much bigger this add-on is than all my other add-ons as I was reprogramming it. I was like, wow, this has been a lot of work to redo this calendar. So this will be released on January 15th, and I hope you guys look into buying it when it comes out. Peace out.